What it do, man? It's 420 Boxing Network. I'm your host, Buddha 420. Let's get right into this video, man. So, Bob Arum let it be known, Terence Crawford will be back October 23rd with no opponent name. Now, there's been a lot of speculation already. You have other channels out here trying to build a narrative already when the man just announced it. So let me speak on this. There's possible opponents for Terence Crawford. There's all fights that we want to see. But there's fights that we want to see, and then there's realistic fights. So obviously the one that we all want to see is Spence, and he has a big fight coming up with Manny Pacquiao. So we know it's not Spence. Nor is it Manny Pacquiao. But I remember a while back, some months ago, I don't know if you guys remember, but Bob Arum said that Crawford's next opponent will not be a top-ranked fighter. I don't know if y'all remember that, but I remember him saying that. So when he said that, I'm immediately thinking like, okay, not Spencer Pacquiao. Okay, we have Sean Porter. We also have Ugas out there. You know what I mean? It's a couple fights, so, you know, but then I start thinking realistically, I see Josh Taylor, he just won Undisputed, and right after, I noticed right after he won the belts, first person he calls out is Crawford. First person he calls out is Crawford. I'm like, wow. Did Bob tell him to say that? And we're going to get into Bob later on in this video, but, you know, I noticed that, and then I'm thinking about it, October, Josh Taylor fought, yeah, he can get in there in October. You know what I mean? He can get in there in October. So I'm thinking about him. Then I'm thinking about Zepeda. Nah. I don't know about that. I doubt that. I doubt that. But you know what I mean? All those guys is credible opponents to me, to be honest. The undisputed champion at 40, Josh Taylor moving up to fight Crawford at 47. That's a good fight. Ugas, very tough fighter. I felt like he should have got the nod against Porter. That's a good fight. Porter is Crawford's mandatory. That's a good fight. So pardon me. So, you know what I mean? I don't think Crawford is going to go. I don't think Crawford can go wrong because I think he beats all those guys. I don't think none of those guys are going to beat him. So I don't think Crawford can go wrong. But the interesting thing about this is that this is Crawford's possibly Crawford's last fight with Top Rank. You know what I mean? And it's something, I want to say something about Top Rank. And you can go back and let the history prove this. And I've been telling people this for years. If you sign a Top Rank and you're about to leave them, you won't leave with that WBO. You won't leave with that. Ask Pacquiao. I promise you, you won't leave with that. So Crawford better be careful in his next fight. Crawford's next fight is probably his most important fight, because he might have to win that fight by knockout, which doesn't seem like it's a problem for him because his last few fights have been knockouts. But the thing is, that's the corruption in boxing. Boxing is one of the most corrupt sports. It's one of the most corrupt. And there's a thing with the belts where these organizations are tied to certain promotional companies. And a lot of people like to get on Big Bob and but Big Bob is not the only one who practiced these things. A lot of other promotional companies do the same thing. Because just like the WBC and Golden Boy, They went hand in hand. Golden Boy, the WBC was ran by Jose Suleiman. He's rest in peace. I think his son is doing it now, who's obviously a Mexican. So he favored Golden Boy promotion. You know what I mean? And the WBO favored Top Rank promotions. You see what I'm saying? And then you have Floyd Mayweather, who went in there and beat Oscar De La Hoya and disrupted a lot of that. And then Floyd said, I don't want no belt. I think he beat Marquez for the WBA or Mosley for the WBA. So I don't want it. I don't want to pay no tax and none of that. Because we got to start realizing, do the belts make the fighters or do the fighters make the belts? You see what I'm saying? I'm not interested in belts. I mean, of course, there needs to be champions, but we don't need 10 belts in every division. What is that going to prove? We don't need all these belts. You see what I'm saying? You got Josh Taylor. He's undisputed champion at 140. And here you have Tank and Barrios fighting for a 140 belt. Like, that confuses the fans. I don't want to have to sit down and explain that to somebody. You know what I mean? That's too much. Just let it be one belt. Or it can be two. Let it be two. Hell, 3. But all this Ford and Super and Light and regular and... Come on, man. That's too much. But anyways, Crawford. You see what I'm saying? He better be careful leaving Bob. Because you won't leave with that belt unless you get a knockout. You know what I mean? So I feel like Bob's going to throw him somebody pretty tough. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like Bob is going to throw him somebody tough. I'm thinking Sean Porter. I'm leaning towards Sean Porter. Sean Porter or Ugas. Them the type of guys. Seeing how he said that it's going to be a guy who's probably not going to be a top-ranked fighter. You know what I mean? And I think it needs to be a guy who's tough, who's able to take punches and not get knocked out. It's seeming like Porter, you know what I mean? If I know Bob, he's probably going to try to throw Porter at him. Now, he don't work with... See, the thing is, they think that Bob Arum and PBC can't work together. They can work together. If they want to get it together, the fights that they want to make, they can make. You know what I mean? You know, Wilder and Fury got made. You know what I mean? So it can get made. You know what I mean? So I feel like he can throw Porter in there. Porter is mandatory. It don't look bad on him. He knows it's gonna be his last fight. I think he beats Porter, but I don't know if he knocks Porter out. I don't know if he knocks Porter out. It's very possible, though. Spence knocked him down. I'm going to tell you like this. If Bud knock him down, Bud going to get him out of there. Bud don't... Killer instinct a little bit different. You know what I mean? I ain't never seen Bud get somebody hurt and never get him out of there. So, it can happen. Anybody can get stopped. But I haven't seen him stop, so I can't say that. Every time I seen him drop, I seen him get up. And I ain't seen him get dropped too many times. And he's never been stopped. So, you know, I'm just saying, I got to be careful in that fight, man. Keep your eye out on that one. Keep your eye out on that one, man. I can't wait to see who this opponent is, though. Because I can be wrong. It could be somebody. It could be Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor, come on. Y'all know. Y'all don't really think Josh Taylor can beat Terence Crawford, right? Y'all don't believe that, right? I know y'all don't believe that. I don't have to go into that, right? Yeah, he might stop Josh Taylor. Ugas, he's a tough guy. Come on. Like, none of these guys really can... Let me talk about Crawford for a minute, because there's a lot of Crawford slander going around. And I see y'all in the comments on these other people videos and who like to bash Crawford. How you gonna bash a guy who can fight both ways? He got knockouts in both stance. He goes to the head and body, can fight in the inside and outside. Well, what are you talking about? What is there to bash? He was undisputed at 140. Now he's a champion at 47. What is it to bash? What's the problem? Because he's not fighting Spence. Spence not fighting me. That go both ways. So what's the problem? Come on, man. Don't be a hater. This unbiased TV over here. You know what I mean? And forget what they tell you. If they not telling you Crawford top 3 pound for pound, I'm gonna just say that top 3 you not hating. Anything over the top 3 you a hater. Anything under the top 3 you a hater. I'm gonna just say it like that. If you don't have Crawford in your top 3 pound for pound, you a hater. You a hater. Or you just don't know no boxing. Because most people don't know shit about boxing. Rest in peace, Roger Mayweather. I know that. We know that most people don't know shit about boxing. So maybe you just don't know. You know what I mean? But come on, man. He done fought every type of style. See, y'all don't know how to judge fighters. I know that. That's why y'all predictions be whack and y'all favorite fighters be getting beat. And I be telling you they whack from the get-go. Because it's certain things that you look for that'll let you know if a fighter is a good fighter. These are things that you look for. Can he fight on the inside and the outside? Does he go to the body and head? How is his athleticism? Can he take a punch? Can he go 12 rounds? These are the questions you should be. Does he work hard in the gym? And all of these need to be checked off. Every box needs to be checked off. Crawford check every box. Spence check every box. These top-notch fighters check every. Canelo check every box. Fury, all these guys. My young boy Ennis coming up. Ennis can fight going forward. He can fight going backwards. He can fight on the inside. He can fight on the outside. He got defense in the inside. Ennis a bad boy. Ennis is a bad boy. Yeah, so these are the things you need to be looking for when you seeing, oh, is a fighter a good fighter or not. Don't just tell me that because he got power and he knocked people out. I don't make you no good fighter. Not if you can't go 12 and you ain't checking all these other boxes. That's like you at basketball, all you can do is shoot the ball. You can't do nothing else. You can't put it on the ground. You can't dribble. You can't rebound. You can't do nothing. You just, come on. We're not talking about one dimension. This is chess, not checkers. This is the sweet science. Don't disrespect the sport. We don't do no disrespecting of the sport on 420 Boxing Network. So, yeah, man, all the Crawford slander, the Crawford hate, stop it because y'all love to see him fight. Y'all love to see him fight. Y'all love to see the knockouts. Y'all know he's good. Stop it. Give that man his propers. Give that man his flowers while he can smell them. He's doing what he needs to do. But I do agree. He needs to get away from Bob. He needs to get away from Bob. I don't even think Bob wants to re-sign him. You know what I mean? I don't think Bob say he's not my. He say he ain't his only group. he disrespect Crawford in my opinion. I don't feel like Crawford need to work for nobody who disrespect him like that. Especially no dude on the other side. No, we don't do that. We got a little bit more pride than that over here. You feel me? So, he does need to get away from Bob Arum. That's fact. But I don't want to hear when he fight one of his guys on his date, October 23rd. I don't want to hear, oh, we don't like to see him against that guy. But then when a fight happens, you love to fight. Oh, that was an action type fight. fuck around, be knockout of the year. Stop playing with Crawford's name. I mean, that's one of our greatest stars we got in the sport. Y'all disrespect him too much, and I'm tired of it. But then y'all praise these fighters that's weak. Y'all praise these fighters that's weak, really. Y'all think about this. Y'all praise fighters like Ryan Garcia and hate on fighters like Crawford. Let that sink in. They praise fighters like Ryan Garcia and hate on fighters like Crawford. That's what I'm here to expose on 420 Boxing Network. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, man. Let me know what y'all think about this video in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about Crawford. His date is October 23rd. I can't wait to see it. I know y'all can't wait to see it. Y'all tell me who y'all think he's fighting in the comments. I'll let y'all know already, man. Like, comment, subscribe.